Hi, I'm Arden Compton. This is the fourth video on accepting where you are on the map and finding peace and happiness where you are now. And the next principle I want to emphasize, something that keeps us from accepting where we are on the map, is really identifying and accepting the truth of who we are. All too often in life, we've accepted what I call a false identity. And that false identity ends up becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. And that leads us to, well, let me demonstrate it this way. It leads us away from fully accepting that who we are right now is okay. So I'm going to illustrate it this way. Here is you or any other person. Okay, now my artistic abilities are somewhat limited. Okay, so we're going to just say that's everybody. All right, just a smiley face. But what this smiley face represents isn't who you think you are. It's the divine you. You have always existed. Before these physical bodies came into being, we existed as divine souls. You can have your own opinion on that. I'm very confident we existed as divine souls, divine spirits, divine entities, however you want to say that, before we came into these physical bodies. And somehow, maybe we've always existed. Can't really wrap my conscious brain around that. But given that this divine soul is the real you, a joyful being of light and love, and then you enter into a body. Now, everybody's body is different. Our bodies define us in many ways. I'm kind of a lean build, kind of a skinny guy, right? Not as skinny as I used to be. But anyway, because of my build, because of the way I look, my race, my hair color, that kind of influenced a lot of things in my life as to where I fit in and where I didn't fit in, and where I belonged and where I didn't belong. Okay, who accepted me and who didn't accept me. My body had a big impact on all of that, as does everybody's, and we judge them and categorize them in all kinds of crazy ways. And then we have other experiences. Okay, we experience failure in life. We also experience success. We experience rejection. And we experience love. Okay? We experience pain. We experience pleasure. You don't have to read my writing, okay? Hopefully you can hear what I'm saying. My writing is not as legible. But what happens is we tend to gather up all these experiences and say, well, this equals who I am. Because I have this kind of a body, because I failed at this, I'm not good at that, I got rejected over here, that's not safe. And we tend to hang on to more the negative stuff than the positive stuff. That all influences us. But for whatever reason, the negative tends to define us more than the positive. And so we come to a conclusion as to who we are in life and where we fit and what are the possibilities in our life. And we come to many different conclusions. One of my really limiting conclusions early on in life, I came to the conclusion, I am stupid and I am ugly. That's just what I thought. As I was teased in grade school and things happened, I just came to the conclusion I'm stupid and ugly. And I didn't argue with it. Once I bought into that. Now, there were some kids that teased me and said some unkind things to me in grade school. But once I bought into the lie I was stupid and ugly, I repeated it to myself much more than they did. Once that became part of my story, that really hurt me the most. The story I told myself about what happened had a bigger impact on me than what happened. And so we come away with a story about who we are and where we fit and what our possibilities in life are. And once we buy into that, then we begin creating evidence to prove that it's true. I had to recreate evidence over and over again that I was stupid. I had to recreate evidence over and over again that I was ugly. I thought for sure it was true because I felt it. I experienced it. But you know what? It wasn't true. It was just a distorted lens that I was seeing myself through. And I just bought into a lie. And I made that my truth. And when we do that, it's hard to be at peace. It's hard to accept where we are on the map because we don't like where we are on the map. And we have to keep moving away from where we are to create more evidence. I'm in one spot, but no, I'm not done proving I'm a stupid idiot, an ugly stupid idiot. I'm not done proving it. I've got to go over there and prove it again. And so it distracts us from staying present. It distracts us from being at peace in the present because we're always on the hunt to manufacture more evidence that our conclusions about who we are and what our possibilities are is correct. And it's an endless hunt. We're never done proving it. No matter how many times we've proved it, we still need to once again recreate another scenario that once again proves this truth. And this is very, very destructive, very sabotaging. And most people are completely unaware that they're doing it. I was unaware that I was doing it the first 40 years of my life. I had no idea that I was doing this kind of a thing. And once I became aware of it, I was empowered to begin changing it, to break out of these false identities, to accept the truth. And the truth is what it has always been, and that is that I am a divine being. The real me was always still in there, buried under these layers of false identity. And it's a process of peeling away layers of false identity, false conclusions, false beliefs about ourselves, and really come back to the truth of our divinity, who we really, really are as children of God. And once we accept that as who we are, we can be at peace with who we are. We can end this tug of war. One of the problems that everybody has, and kind of the core of the issue for almost everybody, regardless of what their external problem might be, is this inner tug of war, this conflict between who we've come to believe we are and who we really are as divine souls. And once we end that civil war, once we end the tug of war, and just really accept who we are, again, then we can be at peace with where we are on the map. Then we're at peace in the present. Then we can just feel free and feel joy and have a wonderful life. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Think about this. Again, accepting where we are on the map, part of that is accepting the truth of who we are as divine beings. Thank you.